Hello, welcome to Kyyba Health and Life. I'm your host, Kristen Willisanovich, here in the middle. You're in the hot seat.
Yeah.
Co-host, partner in crime, Lisa Metropolis.
So great to be here today. I'm so excited, as always uplifted by these incredible people.
You know, we do. Today is a very special day
Yes.
for us. To your right is our dear friend, owner, CEO, founder of Orthotech, Mike Bug. Hello.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, how is everybody?
Good. So
Good.
great to have you here.
Lisa,
Thank
we
you.
we also call him the Miracle Man because he
That's
makes
right.
miracles
He
happen,
does.
doesn't he?
He
for
does.
people. Thank you for being here, dear friend of the show.
Thank you.
And you, sir, have brought a special guest with you. To my right is Shauna Mead. Hello.
Hey. Hi, Shauna.
Thank you so much for being on Kyyba Health and Life. Shauna, you literally just flew up from Florida. Where are you from?
Bonifay, Florida.
Bonifay. Where is Bonifay?
Right in the panhandle where Hurricane Michael hit.
Oh, wow. Were you in the middle? Did you?
Yes.
Wow.
When was the
October-
hurricane?
October 10th,
Oh,
2018.
2018, October 10th. Still
Not-
massively
not that-
rebuilding.
not that long ago. Not
Yes.
Less than a year.
What, on a personal level, happened to you?
I didn't suffer a lot of damage,
Thank goodness.
but everything around us is like a war zone.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
It's going to take some time to rebuild, but it sounds like they've started the rebuilding
Yes,
process.
they have restarted. They estimate it's going to be about 7 years.
Oh, wow.
Was
That's
it a
incredible.
tourist town? Is it
Yes.
a tourist town where you live?
And they originally said it was Category 4 hurricane, but it came in at a 5.
Oh, wow.
They
Were you
changed
in
the-
it then?
Yes.
Wow. Scary.
Hunkered
scary.
down under my bed with my daughter and my dog.
Wow. Well, you're here. You've had some survival stories.
Right.
Then tell us a little bit why you're here today with us. Tell us a little bit about your recent journey.
I'm here today because 2 people believed in me.
Mike Bug.
Yes,
Who's the other one?
Kathy.
Kathy Savola, right?
Yes.
And we love them. So
We love them.
It's very important that you're here with us today. For viewers and listeners who can't see, you have recently had, what leg is it?
My left leg.
Your left leg amputated. Tell us a little bit about that story.
Well, it started about a year and a half ago. I got to where I couldn't walk, couldn't see out of my left eye. I was progressively getting worse. I have MS, and the neurologist said he felt like my MS had progressed to the 2nd stage. And there was
Really?
nothing more they could do for me. Basically sent me home to die, but I knew I wasn't going to die.
When were you originally diagnosed with MS?
2002.
Okay. So you've been dealing with it for quite some time. And how do you handle it? Is it diet, exercise, medication?
Exercise, no medication.
Okay, straight
Yes.
exercise. So then as it was progressing, were you scared?
I was terrified. I have a 9-year-old little girl who needs me.
Yeah, she
yes.
sure does. Okay. So, Mike Bug, when did Shauna reach out to you? When did you get the call?
I'm not sure. No, probably.
You know.
I'm going to say
It was April 10th, Mike.
April 10th.
So when did they amputate your leg, Shauna?
Well, I had 2 amputations on the same leg.
Okay.
First one was July 10th, and the second one was July 30th on my birthday,
Of what year?
2018.
2018, and then you dealt with the hurricane hitting as
right,
well.
right after that, shortly.
Okay.
after.
So then you get the amputations, and then what's the process, Mike? Because explain the process when someone receives an amputation.
So, depending on if it's, dramatic, emergency, if it's diabetic. Anyway, so an amputation occurs. Usually they put you in a stump shrinker. Anywhere from 8 to 12, 15 weeks, depending on the person age, things like that. You can be fit with a temporary prosthesis.
Okay.
Okay.
So insurance-wise, that's pretty much all that's covered, correct?
Yeah.
For the most part.
For the most part, and like I've explained before, everything has a time frame. Everything
Okay,
has a timeline that, years ago, it wasn't like that. So in Shauna's case, here's really what happened. So Shauna reached out to us, and it broke my heart, to hear. My biggest problem is that you have a young, vibrant, and I keep saying that today to her, young gal in her 40s with a family, with a daughter, and she's sitting in a wheelchair,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah.
that's bad. That's wrong. Especially when someone in our industry or my field has the
Ability.
ability to correct it, to fix it, you know, to do something
Right.
about it. And so anyway, so she received her temporary prosthesis. I'll make this real quick. Then, so they billed for that right away. Usually, what you do is the residual limb goes through a lot of changes. It atrophies, it shrinks, it
Right.
shapes, and everybody's a little different. So when the volume stays the same, so you add socks because they made a prosthesis that you can add socks to accommodate for that. Okay. If you get way too many socks, it's their responsibility to make a new temporary.
Sure.
Okay, not bill it, but just make a new socket.
Just
Don't have to
fix
make
it.
a whole leg. Right.
Right.
So when your volume change stays the same for 30 days and doesn't change, you move on to the definitive. Okay, so that's your guidelines. Pretty simple. In Shauna's case, what happened is, so nobody really they didn't check her, they didn't monitor her change, and so she kept changing. So they made a temporary and then hurried up, went right into and made a definitive. Okay. The definitive didn't last very long.
Right.
Didn't fit. She went and tried to get help. Went back numerous times because she was still atrophying. Long story short, and I could be wrong. You got to tell me if I am, Shauna. So now the prosthesis didn't fit. And when a leg doesn't fit, it's not like, oh, my tires are bad on my car, but I can still go to the gas station.
Right.
If
It
your
doesn't
leg
fit.
don't fit,
It
you don't
doesn't
walk.
fit.
Right. You
You
can't
don't walk.
wear it.
Right.
You know. So she was told that because her insurance would not cover this, that she had to wait 3 to 5 years to get a leg. Basically,
A new leg.
So
right.
here this woman is going through all this trauma as it is. And then at the end, you're being told, I'm sorry, you're going to have to wait 3 to 5 years.
Yeah,
because
pretty much.
because in the first place they weren't responsive to the changes that your leg was making in the
Pretty
first
much
place.
like December 31st, I was put in a leg that it just didn't work. The socket was completely wrong. Another gentleman stepped up to the plate, made a revision socket. It worked. It was a suction socket just like I got on today. It was comfortable. It fit. I shrunk as soon as I got in it. 3 days, I got out of it.
Okay.
I called them. They wouldn't do anything.
They
They
couldn't.
couldn't bill the insurance. That's what Mike was talking about.
Right.
So this is our frustration. This is why we get so passionate about your story and why we get so passionate about Orthotech and Mike Bug is because we know, especially with Kyyba Health and Life, we live in a very insurance dictated community, right? Industry. So the insurance company is oftentimes someone you call who's not a physician, they're not a professional, they're someone looking at your coverage and they're making the call on what you can or cannot receive.
Yeah.
And here's why we get so passionate about Orthotech and Mike Bug and his staff. How many locations now, sir?
5.
Five
Five.
locations,
5.
right? You have a new one? Where's the
We
new
do.
one?
That's North Oakland.
Yes.
North
4404 Woodward Avenue.
What's the phone number?
That would be 844-654-4936. That's our 800, even though it's not 800, that's our 844 number.
Okay, excellent. So this is why this is so important for our viewers and listeners. Shauna, talk us through. You're dealing with MS, then your eyesight starts to go, and then the doctors tell you the leg has to be amputated.
Well, no, they didn't tell me it had to be amputated. My leg wasn't working. I was already in a wheelchair.
It just was not operating.
No, it wasn't. I was down for the count.
Okay.
I went to my family physician because I thought my neurologist was wrong anyways. I didn't feel like my MS was affecting me. And she was going to admit me to Shands Hospital and do head to toe. Didn't care if it took a week or 3 months.
That's right. Let's find out. Let's get to the root cause of what's going on.
So in the meantime, she left the room and came back in, and she wanted me to go to our local hospital for a Doppler on my left leg. She
Okay.
just had a feeling. Let's go look at it.
Okay.
They found a blockage that was behind my knee.
So they found the real cause of what
Right.
was going on.
Well, that's part of the cause.
Okay.
They called the vascular surgeon. He said, "Well, she's gone this long. I'll see her on Wednesday. She'll be all right." That was a Friday. Saturday morning, my husband woke up and I was basically unresponsive.
Wow.
And he took me to the hospital, and that's when life really took a turn for the worst.
And
Okay.
Is that when they decided when you were in the hospital? That's when they told you.
They probably, did they even tell you, or did they just do it?
They
They
didn't
just did
know
it. Yeah.
everything. They knew there was a blockage, and they shot the dye in, and I had 86% of my body was occluded.
So they had to make some moves fast.
Right.
Fastly. They
Fast.
called in heart surgeons. They called in pulmonologists. They called in hematologists.
Yes.
I was clotting, profusely clotting. And through, make a long story short, through all that, they found out I had clotting lupus,
Oh, wow.
which
Okay.
is what contributed to the blockage because I have peripheral artery disease that we did not know I had at the
I
time
see.
either.
Here they just attested it to the MS,
Yes.
correct? But there was so much more going on.
Yeah.
So here is very dire straits for you. They amputate your leg. Ultimately, they bring you to health. You are discharged, and now you go through the process of being in a wheelchair, acclimating to this life. But it sounds like you hadn't had use of your leg for some time.
I hadn't.
So now it's kind of this new, way of life to
Yeah.
operating without a leg.
Yes.
What got you through? I'm looking at you and listen, I see vibrancy and I see beauty, and I'm sure it's that your family and your faith and that 9-year-old child and really this will and higher power.
My faith in God. I knew there was a reason
Yes.
for what I was having to go
It's a
through.
massive
Yes.
reason for you to be
Yes.
here. You have so much more life to give, and me and Lisa will tell you there's no accidents for any of this, girl.
Yeah, no, there
Yeah.
isn't.
There's
and
no-
I know that.
And I can tell. You know that.
Absolutely.
You're grounded in that. I can see your
I
resolution.
came out of the surgery, and most people would wake up and really be depressed. I came out with feeling blessed because I was alive.
You're here.
Yeah.
It's just a leg.
What a blessing. So, how did you know to reach out to
Yeah, how did you find Orthotech?
How'd you find this the miracle man? We already know where to find him. We have him on speed dial, but how did
We
you
tell
find him?
and we tell everyone where to find him. How
Right.
did you find him?
Well, my friend Dave, that I went to school with, he has a friend named Travis.
Okay.
And when I was in the hospital, just coming out of surgery, he encouraged me to talk to Travis because Travis is also an amputee
Okay.
and a patient of Mike's.
Oh, you become kind of this
Wow. A
community.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Travis followed me and talked with me every day. And when I was getting my leg in December, it was a lot of excitement. And he seen the disappointment on my face in my videos. He knew
so
it
he
wasn't
knew.
right. And he immediately called Dustin and started talking
And
to
they
Dustin.
connected. We've made some trips up to his West Branch office, and when he's up there treating patients, the whole place is full. It's just people there for fellowship and friendship. It's a pretty cool environment. So you recently just flew up here.
I didn't fly, we drove.
You drove. Okay.
With
She's flying home.
Yes,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
flying home. I drove up with 5 little girls and my best friend, Debbie.
Oh, I
Yes,
love it.
that's great.
I love it. So how, Mike Bug, real quickly, the call was made to you. Actually, it was made to Kathy, and she called you. And immediately, what was it out of your mouth?
Well, it was.
What did you say?
Make it happen.
Make it happen. No questions
Nope.
asked.
I remember I was going down the road and it wasn't, I didn't even want to know specifics.
Right.
I just knew a little bit of the background, meaning she's having a rough time. Nobody would do this. The company, SOL'd her. And all I thought, and to back up a little bit, her daughter is absolutely beautiful. And to watch her daughter, come in today and just vibrant, over her mother standing there walking, that's enough for anybody
That's
to
enough.
do something.
Well, it's just exciting because the future is so bright.
Yeah.
So I mentioned, I just said, make it happen. Long story short, then she had fly restrictions, so she couldn't come because we had this set up a while ago,
Oh, I see.
and she couldn't come. Long story short, her friend has a father that's here in Michigan,
Oh.
isn't doing so hot,
Okay.
I believe he has cancer. Anyways, they all decided it all came together for one reason, and they drove up together. But she can now fly. We got her, Orthotech got her a flight home for her and her daughter.
Baby. Well, we knew that she was supposed to be on earlier.
Yeah.
We had this scheduled, but we had pushed it out a little
Mm-hmm.
bit. So we have been waiting for you to sit in this hot seat. You're welcome. You're
Yeah,
welcome.
yes, you're welcome.
No,
Make it
actually,
happen.
what an honor and privilege for us to share this story because we always know these stories of struggle is going to be someone's story of hope. And so you going out there and bringing awareness to what has happened to you, as tragic as it has been for you, God only knows your story now, your narrative. There's so much trajectory, like it's only up from
Only-
here.
yes.
There's only going to be beauty and magic. And now you just get into town, and Mike Bug, what are we doing for her now? What's going on?
She's going home.
She's going home
She
with
was
what?
committed.
What
Yeah.
is she going home
So
with?
what happened is we seen her yesterday
Okay. Where at? Which
in
spot?
Flint.
Oh, okay.
So I seen her at 11 o'clock, and you know, she had quite a journey too. There's a lot of people involved. Like the car rental gave her a discount out of the blue. On the way up, one of the hotels gave her a free night
Yes.
to get
Wow.
here. You know, just because. So we donated our time, the prosthetic, just for her. So we casted her yesterday, and I have to explain. We have a symphony system. Okay, it's a casting technique device.
Yes. Symphony system.
Correct. And we utilized, she's the first AK that I've done with that system.
Really?
Yes, I made
And-
history.
You're the inaugural
That's incredible.
symphony system receiver.
Yeah.
You can
So
write that down.
We casted her yesterday. I got back to West Branch at 3:30, filled the mold, got it modified, stripped, and came back in at 7:30. So that was 5:30. Mm-hmm. Came back in 7:30, stayed there till 11ish last night, made her whole leg complete, done, and she's, you know, wearing it today, and it's immaculate. And I do have to explain to, you know, when I say the people involved,
There's been a lot of people donating, which is
well,
amazing.
And we started the fact that normally we take all this, so I called some partners of mine,
Okay.
some of the manufacturers, and they were on board immediately. Laura and Eric at College Park. When they heard the story and what she was doing and her, you know,
College
journey,
Park jumped in, didn't
they
they?
College
said
Park,
absolutely no problem. So they were great enough to give us a made in USA, made in Michigan, latest and greatest.
Wow.
The Victor over here, the Victor knee. And then I really, you know, they said, well, what kind of foot do you want? And, you know, in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, okay, free range here, right?
Right.
And so
You took
they
the
were
best
nice
of the
enough.
best.
I
yes.
did. So
Yeah.
she has a hydraulic
Wow.
foot, you know.
Oh
so
my
her
gosh,
foot,
you're kind of like Bionic Woman.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
so
great.
She's got a hydraulic foot, the knee. We went ahead and put the leg together last night, made it all, and
And here you are. You're Bionic Woman. And we got to watch you walk
Yes.
Yes.
for the first time.
Incredible.
Right?
Isn't that amazing?
That's amazing.
How do you feel?
I feel this feels like my leg. Like, even though we know it's not, this feels like my leg. It's
I'm gonna
that
cry.
comfortable.
They were right, I'm going to cry.
Yeah.
And you have light, love, energy, and hope, and you're going to be a walking testimony for so many who are going to be going through this.
Absolutely. You know, Kristen, I was able to watch, Mike, I was able to watch you do a prosthetic a couple of weeks ago. And I have to say in regards to that, Mike, you are not only, I mean, you are a physician, you're an engineer, you're an artisan. Watching you with these individuals and fitting them, you take your time. I can just imagine how it was for you and the process that you went through, because as we talk about insurance and we talk about the financial aspect of it, Mike, that is something that we continue to say. We've been saying it since we've met you. That evades you. That is, it's nothing to you in the
Non-existent.
long. It's your initial reaction is let's get
Let's
it done.
make it happen.
Let's make it happen. So you're not emotionally disconnected whatsoever, even at the first information. At the first information you receive, you're emotionally connected right away,
And-
which is incredible.
I appreciate that. I don't really care, or I don't take accolades well.
Right? Yeah.
And
I know.
what really is bothersome is the fact that, you know, probably one of the largest companies in the whole industry in the United
Yeah.
States won't even hold up to their own end, do a socket, in a sense. It's a
Sure.
personal thing. And when, to your point about, you know, I don't even look at it
Yeah.
as a loss or any of the fact,
Right.
you know, because that's what we do.
That's-
You know, we do it every day.
Right.
So what's the difference of somebody making a socket and screwing it up and it goes in the garbage can, or making one that can help somebody change their whole life? I mean, seriously, what's the difference?
Well,
Doing
that's
it every day.
what I think too, is that you're in the trenches every day. You can do this in your sleep. The fact that you have such a massive connection with the Shaunas of the world.
Yeah.
What was the experience like from what you came from Florida? It was, you know, to having Mike in front of you. Did you feel a difference?
I felt a difference the day I talked to Mike on the phone, and I told Kathy he even though we didn't know this was all going to happen, it was going to, but not at that moment. Mike actually breathed some hope into me before anything was set in stone. He made me feel like I was important and it mattered.
And it only takes one person.
And Mike Bug's the person.
Mike
Yeah.
Bug is the person.
He is?
He is
Yes.
the person. So, Orthotech, 5 locations.
Yes.
What are your locations, sir? Flint, Michigan.
Saginaw, Michigan,
Saginaw.
West Branch, Cass City, Bloomfield,
And now North Oakland.
North Oakland.
Yes. That's the newest.
It is.
Yeah,
And
congratulations.
you know, thank you. I appreciate that. But like with Ashana, it's a leg, you know, and it's really important. And I'm going to say emotional to a lot of other people. It's really important to me. I take it so personal to get it right. You know,
Yeah.
I have her here for days, like for this week, and so
So we have time, right? We have time.
no, I went in and did it in one night and had it back to her the next day because I want her to wear it while she's here. I don't want to say,
Right.
"Oh, I got time and it fits good."
Right, but
see you later.
No, you get it done right away, but you have time to monitor it
Correct.
closely.
But with her prosthesis, it was perfect.
That's it.
I mean, it was immaculate fit.
And I think too, with you, you come in and you assess. You have conversations and then you assess, and there's just something kind of really innate and magical with you where you're able to make the necessary changes, and it's just a gift that you
Good.
have, that you're
Yeah,
able
yeah.
to give your gift to so many, and that's what people like. Here's the deal: it came to her word of mouth, probably still within the hospital,
In
and that's how
Florida.
powerful.
In Florida.
That's
Yeah.
how powerful your work is. So we scream from the mountaintops,
Thank
don't
you.
we,
I appreciate
Lisa,
it. We
about
do.
Mike Bogg and
Absolutely.
I love it.
his marketing guru and partner in crime, Kathy Savola. She's we adore her.
awesome.
She's the bomb.com.
She is the wings beneath, the
his
wind.
win.
Yes.
He-
Absolutely.
she's the wind beneath his wings.
She
all-
is. She is. The wind
Yes,
beneath his
and
wings.
we love you. So look for Orthotech. Anything you need, reach out to Kathy and Mike Bugg. Shauna, I'd like to end with you. What do you see, girl? Do you see light? Do you
I see a lot of light.
Yeah.
How amazing was this trip for you?
This was a life-changing, amazing adventure.
Yes, it is. And an honor, I'll speak on behalf of Lisa Metropolis, an honor and privilege truly to have you in this studio. You are a warrior, sister. And this is only the beginning for you to go out and change lives. So thank you. And raise that little girl to be a strong woman. Thank you so much. Check them out, Orthotech online. What's the website, Mike Bugg, real quickly?
OrthotechLLC.com.
Excellent. Check them out. They are the real deal. On behalf of Lisa Metropolis, a big thank you to Mike Bugg, Orthotech, and the beautiful Shauna Mead. Only the beginning. This has been Kyyba Health and Life.
Thank you, guys.